Well, today it is a cold, dreary day here in California. It's unheard of. It's raining like crazy out there. So I thought it would be the perfect day to make a cozy knit chunky blanket. Hi everyone, Jean wants to say hi. So I've never done this before. It's called arm knitting. And basically I have this like super thick chunky yarn. I have 8 of these. I just picked them up from Joann's. I've looked up a few tutorials on how to do this, and now I'm gonna attempt to do it myself to share it with you guys. The yarn I'm using is called Premier Yarn Couture Jazz. It is a size 7. I got like this light blue color, and each one of these is 16.5 yards. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun, and it's just gonna be really a super cute cozy blanket, hopefully. To start off, I'm gonna measure out my tail, so I'm gonna do about 7 feet, I think. It's not gonna be exact, but basically I'm just gonna use my forearm. I'm gonna make a slip knot, and this is gonna be the first stitch. So really easy, just making a little loop with my hand and pinching down below, twisting and pulling up the working yarn. Like that. There's a knot, and I'm gonna tighten it on my arm. Okay, so now that we have our first little stitch or little knot on my arm, I'm going to cast on my arm. This is kind of the tricky part when it comes to knitting, supposedly everyone says, but we can totally do this. So to cast on, I'm gonna take the tail, which is the one with the short end right here, and I'm going to put it in between these 2 fingers and then grab it with these bottom fingers like so. And then I'm gonna take the working yarn and put those between these 2 fingers. So they've got both strands right here. Then I'm gonna take my thumb and put it in between the middle and wrap it around my thumb like so. And now I'm gonna take my arm, my other hand, and I'm gonna go underneath and then over the back and through the loop. And I'll show you that again. So take the tail, take the working yarn, thumb, wrap it around, go under this part, over the other one, under. So I'm gonna continue to cast on for 18 stitches. Okay, so now I have 18 stitches cast onto my arm, and now we're gonna begin to arm knit. So to arm knit, I'm gonna take my working yarn, I'm going to grab it with this hand, and I'm gonna take my first loop right here. I'm gonna pull it, make a loop with the yarn I'm pulling through, and then put that loop over my other arm and tighten that up. And now you're not doing anything with your tail. Your tail is just hanging. It's gonna be hanging until you're completely done. And I'm just gonna keep doing that. Okay, so I just switched them all over, knitted that whole row, so now we have 2 rows, and I'm going to do the exact same thing but switching back to the other arm for another row. So again, grabbing the working yarn in this hand, and then I'm gonna pull the loop over, make a loop with the working yarn, and put that loop over the other arm. When you're getting to the end of your working yarn, this is not my tail, this is the end of my working yarn, then you're going to want to tie on another ball of yarn. You just want to make sure that you tie the knot super tight. And if you're like worried about it, you could add some glue or something. Okay, so this is it so far. I feel like it's coming out pretty good. I'm on row 18. The thing about these is that you literally can't put it down until you're done because it's attached to you. So before you get started, just make sure you have enough time to sit down and like work on your project. I've knit probably about 30 rows or so. I gotta be honest, I lost track. But I am running out of yarn, so I'm gonna go ahead and bind it off. I'm pretty happy with the size it is. It's really just like a small throw, but definitely big enough to go over somebody's legs and make them feel really cozy on the couch. But to bind off the blanket, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and knit 2 stitches onto my other arm. And then I'm gonna take the first stitch right here that I first put on my arm and pull it over the other stitch and drop it down. And I don't want to tighten it too much. I am at no means a pro knitter, but I think the trick is to make it sort of look even and not too tight at the end when you're binding it off. It's just don't pull it too tight. So I'm just gonna pull it a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and knit another stitch and then pull again this one over. Alright you guys, so I have completely binded off the entire blanket. I just have this last stitch, and now to end the blanket I am just gonna take this last bit and I'm going to pull one final loop and just pull it all the way through actually. And there we go. There's like a little knot right here. So then with this excess, I'll probably just like trim it a bit, and then I'll weave it through inside this blanket to kind of hide it, but also just to keep it secure. And I did it! Yay! I'm pretty proud. Okay, so this probably took me, I'm not a knitter, I've knitted a few things, but I'm definitely don't knit all the time at all. But it probably took me about 2.5 hours or so. And I think this would be something I would totally do again and would be a really, really fun special like birthday or just like Christmas presents. Or just for yourself to make your home cozy. Everyone needs to be a little extra cozy. I love it so much. I'll leave in the description down below the type of yarn I use. I got it at Joann's, that kind of stuff, all that information for you. I don't have the exact pattern because like I said, I lost count of my rows, but I can give you the basic information. And be sure to subscribe if you're new to my channel, and leave a comment below if you like this kind of video, like DIY. I think it's so much fun, but let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!